These special concerts on Wednesday nights now for a number of years, and they have been really going from strength to strength for us. We're so lucky to have this wonderful back room here at the Burn, and it makes such a difference to have your support consistently over the years to help build bands that might be lesser known, and welcome back bands that have been building a lot of their fan base over the years, many of them building it on the basis of this place, in actual fact. So, unless you were here last year or last week, or unless you got some other notification, some of you might already know, but some of you might be surprised to know that we had a surprise announcement last week that one of the great accordion players of the world is coming for a very quick flash visit here this Saturday for 2 shows. At 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock, I'm sorry, on Saturday afternoon, and that is Sharon Shannon with a whole new lineup. So that's happening here on Saturday. There's still just a couple of tickets left for that, for each of those shows, so you can snap those up when you get home, if you will. There's also some great music coming up next week. Teda is going to be here. An amazing band who are making their return, and Tom Bianchi down there is conversing with these folks because they've got an amazing electronic setup for sound. It's really phenomenal, and the sound is going to be amazing, they're saying. So Fiona's heading down to handle some technical difficulties, and I'm thinking of a good joke. What's a good joke? It's Ash Wednesday, so a priest and a rabbi and a Protestant minister go into a bar, and the bartender says, "What is this, a joke?" That made it all the better, didn't it? So John Kerry goes into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" That's bad, isn't it? Okay. So coming up a little later on, we have an amazing concert coming up on March 22nd. If you guys haven't been at that before, we've got Robbie O'Connell who's going to be here with Rose Clancy, great fiddler. And some Kevin Burke is going to be here as a solo fiddler coming up in March. And we have our own St. Patrick's Day Celtic Sojourn series of concerts going with Karen Casey Band and Liz Carroll and Keith Murphy, and as well as Mara Campbell and Jenna Minahan coming up with the Millers dancers. And that's coming up 5 shows in New Bedford, in Worcester, up at the Cabot Theatre in Beverly, a new theatre up there on the North Shore, and also here at Sanders Theatre in Cambridge on March 18th. So live music is where it's at. There's nothing like it. Please support it. And are we ready, guys?
Yes.
All right, nothing further for me to do, no more bad jokes, but I just want to have you give a big Burn backroom welcome to the returning Runa.
so still. Not for a diving still. Got me floating in the air. Store along. It's the story. Store about how you can know about it. Store about. It's the story about how you can know about it.
Great start from the group. Runa, Shannon, Lambert, Ryan, welcome back to the back room of the Burren.
Thanks so much for having us back.
It's great to have you back here. You were here probably, was it 2 years ago? At least 2 years, was it?
At least, yeah, 2, 3, I don't remember, yeah.
And many, many albums and many tours since then. You've done a couple of albums actually since then, haven't you?
Yeah.
You guys are fairly prolific when it comes to recording. Tell us about those albums.
For better or for worse.
No, they're really terrific, and they seem to move in different directions, but lots of great music. What did we start off with? What did we hear there to start off with?
It's called A Store, a Gra, and it's a traditional Irish song about a guy waiting for his girlfriend to go out on a date with him, and he's waiting for a long time, and every time he asks her if she's ready to go, she's not finished doing her hair, not finished getting dressed, and so on and so forth. So
why is this a familiar story? It's lucky it's in Irish, right? So you guys are Pennsylvania based?
We're in Philadelphia, Chicago, and Nashville.
Oh, I see. So you're scattered around.
Scattered out a bit.
You spread around and come together for tours like this one. That's great. Are you going to introduce us to the band?
Why not? Cheryl Krashko over here on percussion, originally from Montreal, Canada, but living in Philly.
Montreal.
I'm sorry, I'm a Habs fan. I apologize.
That's okay.
Canadian in me, Cheryl. I'm so sorry.
There's a couple of other McGill, or there's a couple of other Montreal connections in the house as well. I know that.
Then we have Maggie White on the fiddle and the mandolin over here. Originally from Kentucky, now living in Nashville. And we've got Dave Curley on the mandolin, bodhrán, and vocals. And he is originally from Galway, but now living in Chicago. And Fanon DeBarra over there. We have two Fanons in the house today, both in our band and in Skipper's Alley. But Fanon's on guitar, vocals, and bodhrán, and originally from Dublin, but living in Philadelphia.
That's great. And Dave's transition from Galway to Chicago is a very common one. So, and Fanon is from a wonderful family of musicians from the Ranelagh area of Dublin. Is that right, Fanon?
That's right. It's a nice part of Dublin. Yeah.
It is actually. It's a beautiful area, just within walking distance of downtown. It's a exciting area at the moment. But you tell us about your family. Lots of music in that family.
Lots of music, lots of tradition. Historically very involved in rejuvenating the Irish language and the culture in Ireland. So we were very lucky to be on the receiving end of that in our generation. So there's seven of us in my family, 7 siblings, and we all play music. Some of us together, some of us not together. And my brother Cormac and brothers Cormac and Eamon both play professionally like myself.
Absolutely. Cormac is often the harp accompanist to Moya Brennan from the group Clannad. So it's really great to have you guys with us. Shannon, what are we going to hear next?
We're going to go into a set of reels, so hopefully you guys are ready to be up and dancing. And plenty of room, yeah, up on the tables and all.
There's more room down there than there is up here.
We're going to launch into a set of reels called the Hunter Set with Maggie and Fanon to start us off. So here we go.